we can go off is based on what we know for sure. We know for sure Microsoft signed a 10-year deal with them for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And it's going to be parity all across the board. So we know at the bare minimum the system is going to run third-party games. So it's like it's
all right.
It's just that simple. Like,
so I think we back. We back.
Yeah, but if
we are, let me refresh. It didn't do nothing on my.
I don't see.
This is a new stream. It's a new stream. I shut it all down, so you're gonna have to.
It's a whole new one. Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole new one.
All right, we good.
It got shut down. I had to
shut this shit down. That beginning was fire, man. And now it's gone.
No, man.
You can scrap Baron's intro. That asinine shit.
It's called. No, I'm gonna just take and edit it and add it to this one.
Oh man. Well, at least add timestamps to after he stopped talking, where we can. All right, yeah, we back.
All right, so we back.
Yeah. I told Matilda to put the stream back on. I told him don't do that to him.
Oh man. Oh man. Hey, you noticed the stream was fine until Baron came in here, and then the shit froze up.
Hey man, look, the stream was fine until Porter Rock started talking fucking reckless and crazy. That's when it was fine. Like, once he started talking about that non-existent PS5 lineup of 2024, that's when that stream said, "Hold up,
it's Final Fantasy Rebirth, baby, Rebirth."
Yeah.
Don't be hating on the
Sony said, "Cut the show. I'm done."
Rebirth.
Cut the show. Okay, what are you talking about?
All right, so Messiah, recap what you said, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm looking at them again. Game of the Year candidates. Yeah, they all deserved it. Congrats to the devs. And like you were asking what game I would remove, the only one I can really think of up there is Super Mario Brothers, and I would replace it with Hi-Fi Rush. But it's not that big a deal. All those games up there are deserving based on what Jeff Keighley put out. Was the criteria for that show he's doing. Somebody else can do something different. You have different criteria. You can have more games. I don't know why they settled on 6. They could go to 8. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with what's up there. I don't have an issue with it.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. J-Dub, what are your thoughts on the 6 nominees? Are you good with the list? Is there one you would switch out? And if you would switch it out, what game would you switch it out with?
I thought the list was almost there. It was like 90% accurate, but you can get rid of that goddamn Mario trash and that Zelda trash and add Final Fantasy 16 and throw Hogwarts up there as well. But it's okay. As long as my GOTY, my 2 PlayStation console exclusives make it, which is the Spider-Man and Baldur's Gate 3. Salute to those dudes over at Larian. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like either way, we're gonna have a GOTY. We're gonna have a GOTY winner. So
okay, all right. So okay, cool. All right, Baron. What about you? Go ahead, shed your tears.
In all seriousness, in all seriousness, all of them should be up there. I told y'all Spider-Man was going to get it and not Final Fantasy 16 because that was a better game, and I was right. I had to point that out. The only thing I would switch is Resident Evil 4. What?
My man bragging that he knows the answer to 1 + 1.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, man. Y'all had
1 + 1 is 2
for that game.
1 + 1 is 2, and we know it.
I've never seen somebody cap for a game that was like the 6th, 7th rated, highest rated game of the year. Like it's just not gonna happen.
Oh shit!
I will only change Resident Evil 4. I will only change Resident Evil 4 because I think remakes should not be nominated for Game of the Year. I said it 2 years in a row now that remakes need their own category. They are now commonplace. We get them every year. Developers are going to keep doing them because we keep buying them. Give them their own category. I don't think these remakes should take up space for new games for that year. So that's the only one I would take out. There's no diss Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 is in my top 5 GOAT of all time list. So I just don't like to see remakes. I said the same thing when Resident Evil 2 got nominated. I was like, y'all just give him his own category. We see too much. And the funny thing about it, you got Resident Evil 4 in there, but Metroid Prime didn't make it, and Metroid Prime had a higher score. So it's like Metroid Prime didn't even get nominated for anything. So it's like, what are we doing?
And the Last of Us remake didn't get it as well. So
it's like we might as well just give them their own categories. It's just taking up space. And of course, I will replace it with Starfield, motherfucker. Okay, that's what I would replace it with. But everything else is fine.
All right. Okay. All right. The Brain.
You know what? Hey, I'm doing well. You know what? I actually agree with Baron on this one. I would actually remove Resident Evil 4 as well for the exact same reasons. I think I don't know how many iterations of Resident Evil 4 there are, but to me, it's just as many of Resident Evil 4s as there are of the Last of Us Part 1. But if I have to replace that with anything,
no, there's more.
Huh? It's 4 of them?
I said there's more. Resident Evil got released on every fucking console.
Yeah.
It got released on every console.
Yeah, I remember it going back to GameCube, but if I had to replace that with anything, I would replace that with Hogwarts because of the amount of accolades that game got. And honestly, I think that game got robbed for not being nominated.
Yeah, they should have removed Mario and put Final Fantasy 16 there, and then they could have removed that DLC. Tears of the Kingdom, and they could have put that game in. So.
See, now J-Do's just talking shit.
I'm not gonna be triggered about it.
He's like, nah, you're not pulling me in.
But
you're trying, J-Do.
I'm glad.
Yo, Barrett's like, nope, not today, Satan, not today.
Yeah, I got 2 games nominated for Game of the Year. I'm sitting on my high horse today. You can't say anything.
I can. Because you chose Star. See, you 2-1. You would have been batting 1,000, but because you picked Starfield, you taking the L. Keep messing with that chick. I'm telling you. Just keep messing with that floozy. You want to mess with floozies? All right. Oh shit! All right, go. Anything else? Hey, so what about the other nominations, Brain? What's your thoughts on those titles?
I wouldn't be surprised if Tears of the Kingdom actually take the win. It just wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, it's Zelda. If Baldur Gates win, you know what? I don't got too many thoughts on that because I have yet to play that. But I won't play it.
It won't win.
Oh, you don't think it won't win? Oh,
yeah. Baldur's Gate. It's going to be Spider-Man will win it. And if Spider-Man will win it, then Baldur's Gate will win it. If Baldur's Gate will win it, then
I think Baldur's Gate probably got a better chance to win it than Spider-Man. Even though Spider-Man isn't wrong with Spider-Man.
Listen, Spider-Man is up there as a participation award. Has no chance of winning.
So why Starfield wasn't up there? Why Starfield went up there for participation?
Because Jeff don't like Xbox. That's why. I wasn't up there.
Oh, the Xbox tax. Here we go.
The Xbox tax. That's why I wasn't up there.
That is, you guys are embarrassing. That is embarrassing to even think.
Hey, listen,
that is embarrassing.
Porter Rock, listen. My brother, shout out to my brother Poster, man. He
super chats.
He made that behind the scenes and went public with that, and it caught flames, and now everybody in publications are using that shit. That's crazy. Seeing publications and seeing numbnuts like Baron and the rest of these dudes using something that post up generated off the fly. God damn, that's crazy, man. Listen, Xbox been dog shit for 24 years. Stop acting like they just start being dog shit. They are dog shit. It is what it is, man. Starfield is dog shit. Ain't no tax.
So give me a second, guys. I'm gonna try to go back because the other video closed out that had the super chats. So shout out to Grizzly Bear King. He says read your super chats. Hold on, I have to go to the other video. Give me a second. Because it's true, I do owe you guys that.
But I am happy people are finally coming around to the idea that remakes need to stop being nominated for Game of the Year, because that frustrated me for like the last 3 years. It's like you're just taking up space, man. It's like it doesn't make any sense.
Give me a second.
You can see Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 3 because those only came. The last time they came out was about 20 years ago. But Resident Evil 4, it's like it's on its fifth iteration, going back to 2005. And each time that it came out, it always got accolades. But to your point, it's like, damn, when is enough?
Yeah, and I had people really argue me down about this, and I'm like, it had really nothing to do with Starfield, because I've been saying this for a while, and people was calling me crazy then. But it's like, I gave them the example. I was like, what if Nintendo just decided, hey, we're going to remake every Zelda game before Breath of the Wild, and we're going to make it like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Zelda would be nominated for Game of the Year every fucking year for 9 years in a row. I think that would be fucking ridiculous. And that would just take up space. They're remakes, so they shouldn't be in there. So it's like, but like you said, Resident Evil 4 got released on every console conceived of man, and it kind of got it also got altered multiple times, because when it got on the Wii, they changed the whole control scheme and how the game played. So it's like, bro, it's enough is enough, bro. Just give them their own category so they can be celebrated for the crown, the technical achievement they do to re-image these games, and so other people don't be left out in the cold. Like Metroid Prime sitting at a 94. The third highest rated game of the year has 0 nominations. But Resident Evil 4, who has a lower Metacritic score than Metroid Prime, is nominated for Game of the Year. It's like, what are we doing? Like, I don't get it. The Keighley Game Awards just has no consistency. Yeah, it has no consistency. And it makes no sense.
No, see, here's the problem, and this is what I try to explain to everybody, right? So, the Metacritic score obviously is a culmination average of all the reviewers, right? But this is what happens, okay? There's a panel of over 100 people, so obviously they're made up from the same industry that pushes Metacritic, right? So let's say, for example, pick any category that has a certain amount of nominated. We'll use the Game of the Year as an example, right? Each voter is told, hey, pick 6 games that release from this window to this window, because obviously they have, the day after last year to the cutoff date today, whatever that range is. Any game is eligible for Game of the Year. Pick your personal 6. So that one individual will say, damn, maybe that one individual did put Metroid Prime, remaster, whatever, on the list. This is my game, this is my game, this is my game, this is my game, this is my game. This one individual picked 6. That happens over 100 times. Each of the voters pick just their 6. It doesn't matter what it is. It's not like they get like a list, like these are the 20 games, you can only pick out of 20. No. As long as it's eligible. Now, everybody turns in their list.
I know that's how it works.
Yeah, everybody turns in their list, and the computer will tabulate. This is the top 6 most common games among everybody. That doesn't mean nobody picked Metroid Prime. It just means not enough people picked Metroid Prime to get a slot, and that's all it is. And this is where what happens.
And this is where I say the inconsistencies comes in, because those 150, and I think it's inflated. I don't know how it went from 75 to 150, because last time you told us how many people voted, it was 75 publications. Now it's 150, so that's crazy. Yeah. So I think that's an inflated number, but it's the same people that reviewed these games. Yeah, it's the same exact people that made up the medical score.
But here's the thing.
Consistency
but here's the thing.
What is happening?
But here's the thing. You're confusing 2 separate things, right? When they gave Metroid Prime a 94, they didn't think, but damn, how does it compare to Resident Evil 4? That's not how it works. Nothing works that way. When they give a game, no. What I'm saying is, when let's say they rate, God of War, they're not thinking of Call of Duty. They're thinking of that game individually in its own genre, how well it stacks up, given the year, given what they did, the work that they did in its own world. They're not, at that moment when the reviewers review a game, they're not considering games outside the scope, right? So like, for example, when they review Spider-Man, they didn't think about Baldur's Gate. No one thought about Baldur's Gate as they reviewing Spider-Man. They're looking at Spider-Man in its own merit as a comic book game, its style, the world they try to create, whatever. Comparison to other games like Arkham City, to the other bullshit comic games, but at no point are they thinking of Alan Wake or Baldur's Gate or even Zelda. They're not thinking about that. They're not saying, well, I can't give Spider-Man a 93 because Zelda's a 95 and that's too close. So I'm gonna give Spider-Man an 88. No, they're not thinking of Zelda at all. That's when they review a game, it's on its individual merit in its own genre. These nominations, but now when you do nominations, now that's where a whole new thing, right? Because you can have a game that's an 88, but when it comes to sound, it blows out games that got a 90 plus Metacritic across the board. Why? Because this one specific category, right? I agree. So while Metroid Prime in itself got a 94, when they compare it to other games, they're like, nah, son. Compared to Spider-Man, Baldur's Gate, Tears of Kingdom, yeah, we're not feeling that. You don't get a spot.
But listen. We might, on some chance, can debate that, but you cannot make that a debate for having 0 nominations for the 3rd highest rated game of the year. 0. Also, Hogwarts Legacy is also one that got 0 nominations, but we know there's some political stuff with that. But 0 nominations? No.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. It's so inconsistent.
So what area do you think Metroid Prime do belong in?
You could have gave it. You could just a nomination though.
But for what? What category?
Nomination?
What category?
It could have been in the adventure category. It could have been the audio category. It could have been in multiple categories.
You said audio category.
In the family game category, if you wanted to.
Man,
if you really wanted to, you could put in the family category.
Switch uses audio from 2008. What the hell are you talking about?
You could also put it in the score category. Like Metroid Prime is a classic game that's beautifully made, excellently made, and they made it even better with this remake.
Listen,
so
it's just a
category they could have put it in. It's just making sense that it didn't get it.
No, it did make sense. Not enough people voted for it. Not enough people put it on their list. It didn't make the list, but I don't know what to tell you.
Which doesn't make sense.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you.
No, I'm just saying. I'm gonna tell you. I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying there's no consistency in how they do their process. It's inconsistent.
Let me tell you.
We still haven't gotten a word on why Hogwarts Legacy is not nominated for anything, which is that's asinine.
Because they're trying to stay away from the smoke. We both know. Ain't nobody put it on that list. In their mind, they want to put it.
It's a video game, though. That's crazy.
They don't want that smoke.
Like, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Lord.
But listen. Listen. In the Marine Corps, right? When you pick up sergeant, every promotion after sergeant is 21 random people selected panel in Headquarters Marine Corps that meet up in Quantico, and they look at your package, and they decide if you're worth getting promoted. So for the people that didn't get selected, they're like, man, how come I didn't get selected? We just tell them, you didn't get the votes. It's just that's it. Listen, Metroid Prime didn't get the noms, bro. It's not on any list because, man, when they picked up that pen, they didn't write Metroid Prime enough. Maybe some did. You probably got like 5 or 6 people, but that's not enough, man. I don't know what to tell you. This didn't happen, bro. It didn't happen.
It is what it is at this point.
Hold on, man. Hey guys, hold on. Let me see if I could go into analytics in my channel to find the super chats. I think there's a spot in there that does that. What's up, Brain?
Yo, you made a point.
You definitely be able to see it in there, though.
What happened?
You said that each game is based on its own merits, which I totally agree with.
The game and within the genre. When it comes to reviews.
But Alan Wake 2 and Resident Evil 4 are within the same genre.
Who?
Alan Wake 2 and Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
They're both horror games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
The problem is, like, you got 2 overlapping games within the same genre that are within competing with each. Excuse me. You got 2 games within the same genre that are both being nominated for the same damn thing. Excuse my language, but
no, that's
to me that's the issue.
But what do you mean? What's the issue? I don't.
That is the issue.
I don't get it.
I'm saying that if all right, so Spider-Man is a comic book game, right? So that's his own. That's his own genre, right?
I see. All right. I see where you're going from. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
So the whole within the genre, I'm talking about the reviews. when it comes to Game of the Year nominations, it's a free for all. You pick, one person could have picked nothing but RPGs if they wanted to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
at that point, yeah. So when it comes to the nominations, it's a free for all, and that's what I'm trying to tell people. Once you do a free for all, it's a whole different thing now. It's a whole different situation, right? That's where you could get upsets like Death Stranding winning, right? Because while Death Stranding in its own genre, you know, people be like, all right, it's whatever. But when compared to other games, especially if the competition is not that strong, they could be like, well, based on the list, this is the better game overall compared to everybody or more people picked, yeah, I'd rather play this game. I think this game is better than the rest. So that's what it is. It's all about how many people selected to get a nom, right? So the reality is, out of the 150 people or whatever that number is, majority picked Alan Wake, Baldur's Gate, Marvels. These are the top 6. These are the top 6 that had the most mentions, right? Now what's going to happen is they're going to revote and say, hey, these are the top 6. Pick the one that you think is Game of the Year. And now everybody's going to look at it and going to be like, okay, I think it's this one out of this. There's going to be people who probably didn't pick any of these 6. They probably didn't pick any of these 6. But now they have to pick the one out of the 6. So there's people who probably didn't pick most of these games on their list. But guess what? Now they got to be like, all right, if this is the list now, if this is the Final 9 list, out of this list, I think this game deserves Game of the Year. And then the tallies will come in. And whoever gets the most votes, that's the Game of the Year.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Okay? There could be people who probably didn't pick not a single one of these games on the list. There's probably somebody who probably picked, you know, Hogwarts. There's probably somebody who put that down. There's probably somebody who put Jedi, Dead Space, Diablo, you know, whatever. Like a completely different list. But their games didn't make the list. Now, this comes out. Hey, these are the 6 nominees. Pick your one. You'd be like, well, none of these games are my Game of the Year. But if I had to pick one, I would pick, and then they're going to put this one down. And then that's it. That's pretty much how it goes.
That's pretty much how it goes. That's what they say their process goes. That's how they say it goes. So.
That's how it goes. That's just how it goes. But there is no other way to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
there's really no other way to do it. There is no other way. There is no other way. Because you got to put it this way. Let's say if we had a panel and you try to tell me, oh, you need to put Metroid Prime as nomination because it's a what did it get? 94? You got a 94 or something? I'm gonna be like, I didn't give it a 94, so why the fuck I gotta pick it? It wasn't me. That 94 score doesn't represent what my this is. You see what I'm saying? This is the most fairest way. You get just a whole bunch of people, and it starts out with pick your 6. That's how it starts. Whatever 6 you want, as long as within the time window, just pick it. And that's what they did. And then they tabulated. These are the top 6 most picked games. And now, once they got the top 6, or another, I think some categories was top 5, 5 nominations, whatever the amount of nominations in that category, just pick your 5, whatever. Now, once they get the finalized nominations, you got to pick among these nominations. And some of those nominations might not be a game you actually picked yourself, but now, hey, these are your choices, pick one. And they're going to be like, all right, if these are my choices, I think it's this one. This is my vote. I mean, fuck. I mean, it could be worse. We could be living in a country where the choice of a president is only 2 choices. Could be worse. This is better than our political system. I'll tell you that much. This is better than our political system. We got 2 choices for president of the United States. That's it.
Look, I don't think you should get mad at that. If people took primaries more seriously, then people would be mad at the selections they got at the end.
See. But that's just how it is, right? But let me show you guys something. Damn, hey guys, hold on, give me a second. I'm really trying to find. Let me show you a video while I look for the super chats, right? And I honestly, let me read the ones I can see. Quinn Bart, the Metacritic score is an aggregate. Not all publications give the same score, so the top 6 of every publication is different. It is ranked choiced. Absolutely,
we know.
And Shatterglass 23 remake belongs because they are made new again. All right, I'm gonna say this. No. Let me give my thing. So the choices are pretty good, right?
Absolutely not.
Choices are pretty good overall. Really good choices. I don't mind Super Mario Brothers 1 on there because it's a good platformer, right? And Nintendo's one of the best platform makers, right? And it's a top quality game. But I do agree, Resident Evil, the remakes, while it's brand new and they do something, it's time to give it its own category. Like remake game of the year, right? Like who has done the best job of creating a remake? And the reason why is this. Resident Evil, you could actually call it at that. There's no doubt Resident Evil 4 is one of the games of the forever. I mean, this game came out in 2005. And that shit, and every time they remake it, it is incredible. Bro. Yeah, every time they remake it, it gets incredible. But goddamn, it already has its due. How many more generations are we gonna give homage to this game? Like, okay,
exactly.
It's been like some of y'all. Granted, if this is the first time you play Resident Evil 4, I get it. But this shit's been out since 2005, bro.
Since 5. Exclusive on GameCube, by the way.
You understand what I'm saying? And then went to PlayStation 8 months later. 2005 with more content. 5.
But the GameCube version was still the best looking version and the better version.
5.
Anyway.
The content was fire. 5. 2005. Like, you got to give it its own category, right? So the game I would take out is Resident Evil 4. Me personally, I will put in Hogwarts Legacy. Because, and I will tell you why Hogwarts Legacy, right? One, the gameplay is incredible. It is incredible gameplay. But the thing I have
Hold on. Wait. Pause right there. You gonna put in Hogwarts Legacy over Final Fantasy 16?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I told y'all. Okay. Before Spider-Man and Hogwarts is my 2 ties for Game of the Year. Based on that. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. I'm gonna tell you why. And this is something, I don't care if you're a fan of Harry. I'm not a fan of Harry Potter. So it's not because I'm a Harry Potter fan. I am not. But what they did with that game, I can only hope they can do that to any IP, whether it's a movie, cartoon, book, that you guys love, and you would love to see a video game based on that character, and they give it the same respect. Because they truly catered to the Harry Potter fans, and they made that universe, that world shine. It was brilliant. Now, the reason why I know it's brilliant is because while I'm not a Harry Potter fan, my daughter grew up on Harry Potter. So I saw all the movies with her, right? So I know the lore. I don't really care for it. It was just something I did with my daughter because she loved it, whatever. So I'm familiar with it. And what they did with the game, I'm like, yo, they studied the books, they studied the movie, and they gave it its due respect. I can only ask that other developers, regardless of what medium or what book they do, or what TV show, what movie, they treat that IP with the same respect. That Hogwarts is kind of like what Rocksteady did with Arkham, and what Insomniac is doing with Spider-Man. They take the IP serious, and they're giving it its proper due. And I think Hogwarts Legacy, those developers, they deserve that respect. You may not like Hogwarts, but you can respect that they treated that IP with that level of respect and care to make a great game. That is an example. If any developer says, yo, I want to tackle the Fantastic Four IP, Hogwarts, them dudes set the example. You better treat that Fantastic Four IP with that respect. Think of something, think of any book or whatever, or any medium you guys are a fan of and you would love to see it in a video game. You can only hope that developer will do for your favorite IP that this developer did for Hogwarts. And I think that needs to be respected because, yo, they did not treat it as a cash grab. That shit is genuinely a banging game, and they respected the IP. That's why, to me, that will be on the list. And yes, I personally feel it's above Final Fantasy 16, and I like Final Fantasy 16. But Hogwarts, man, you can't deny what them dudes did, bro. You gotta respect the care that they put into this game. They cared. They really cared. They really said, we're going to make a good Harry Potter game and not treat that as a cash grab or try to just rely on the name. They honestly did it, bro. And I'm like, yo, this game is banging. That's why
I don't like Harry Potter, so I don't like Harry Potter. That's why I didn't touch it, but everybody been saying it's great.
It's a good game, bro. Even if you don't like Harry Potter, it's just a good game. That's you don't even have to be a Harry Potter fan. The game is good. The gameplay is good. The storyline's good. The voice acting's good. The whole world design and everything is good. Yo, it's a good game. You don't have to be a Harry Potter fan to be like, you know what? As a game, this motherfucker's good. As a game. So that would be that
okay, so
that's why I switch out.
So I chose Starfield, you chose Harry Potter. What did a homeboy choose? I forgot what he chose.
Who?
Is he still here?
I said, I'm still here. I said Hogwarts too.
Oh. You said Hogwarts. So nobody chose Hi-Fi Rush. Interesting.
I never played Hi-Fi Rush, so
yeah, me neither.
I didn't play Hi-Fi Rush, so. But I'll be honest, looking at it, I don't really care for rhythm. I don't really care for rhythm games. No, Craig did. He left, but Craig did. He said he would switch out Resident Evil 4 for Hi-Fi Rush.
What was the other game? It was Hi-Fi Rush, Jedi Survivor. People was talking about on Twitter that they was crying about that.
Let me get a super chat. True old school gamer,
people...
P-Rock. Let me say, he says P-Rock, you're wrong. It's actually US. It's actually us gamers who vote the final winners, not the reviewers. I vote every year. Wrong. So you're right and you're wrong.
No, we're 10% of the vote.
Yeah, you're only 10% of the vote. 90% goes to the voters, and 10%. That's nothing. Unless there's like a slim close between two games, that 10% doesn't really hold much sway. It's 10%. That doesn't hold much sway. It would have to be like a razor.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Go ahead.
I'm telling you right now, your vote this year probably going to matter more than previous years because I feel like it's going to be really close in this game. I feel like it's going to be really razor thin in this game of the year category. I really do. I think people are going to be split down the middle. I think all the PC centric people are going to go with Baldur's Gate. Everybody else is going to go with Tears of the Kingdom. It's going to be a razor thin fucking
Who's
part.
Everyone else?
I really feel that way. Everyone else that gave Zelda a fucking 10 out of 10. That's who.
Yeah, wait, Baldur's Gate. What's the matter score of Baldur's Gate? It's pretty high too.
Baldur's Gate has a 96, but Zelda has the most 10s all year.
It doesn't matter. It's the averages. It averages it out. What's Zelda's Metacritic average?
It's 96.
Yeah, so they're both 96s. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just said that.
They're both 96s. Now it's really gonna come down to this is their 6, which is the one game that is game of the year. I'm gonna say Baldur's Gate is gonna get it to me between Legend of Zelda and Baldur's Gate. I think more people can get Baldur's Gate because they're gonna give that game its due. Tears of the Kingdom, I'm telling you, you're gonna get God of War 2018. I'm telling you, bro.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm telling you. Listen,
I'm gonna give you the reasons why, though. I'm gonna give you the reasons why. I'm gonna give you the reasons why. It's simply because Baldur's Gate was something. It's very heavy PC centric. Anybody that's PC centric, they're gonna go with Baldur's Gate. There's nothing you can do to change their mind. They've been waiting a very long time for that damn game. I understand. I understand where you're coming from. As a Nintendo fan, I understand the wait for a fucking game. I understand why y'all gun ho about it. But one thing is about it, when you look at Baldur's Gate 3 and you look at Tears of the Kingdom, there's only one game this year that had actual developers baffled about a game and how it was made. I will never forget how many people went on social media. No, boy, you stupid. Anyway, I never forget how developers really got on Twitter and got on social media, and it was perplexed on how Tears of the Kingdom was actually made. They was perplexed on how this game actually came out bug-free, and the game never broke, even though the limits of the game was being tested gameplay-wise. There's no game like Tears of the Kingdom. You literally can't do anything that's in Tears of the Kingdom in any other game. Like, it's that special of a damn game. So it has the most 10 out of 10s this year for a reason. It's got praise for a reason from fans and developers alike. And it's just something that I don't think you're never going to see a game like Tears of the Kingdom still in many years to come. It's essentially a 3 open world game that you can travel through seamlessly. And you can literally, if you could think of something, you can build it. That's just something you just can't do in video games. That's just crazy to me. So that's why I'm telling you. And plus, I think it being Zelda also has some lineage and has some staying power with it as well. So I can't deny that. It's just because it is Zelda, it does have some leanage on that. So I don't see it losing. And Nintendo has 2 games nominated for Game of the Year, and you think they're not going to win? One of them is not going to win. Okay.
So
Baldur's Gate's probably going to win the most awards. Baldur's Gate is going to win the most awards. I'm telling you that right now. It's going to win the most awards, but that Game of the Year award is going to Tears of the Kingdom.
So this is why I think Baldur's Gate is going to win Game of the Year, because out of all the games this year, Baldur's Gate was involved in the conversation. And if I'm paraphrasing, right? But I saw this, and it was bad because even developers started getting in on the conversation. But when Baldur's Gate in the chat, chime in and add more context to it. But the conversation was about what it took for developers to truly make a great game, and that Larian Studios is that example. And that shit got so heated, that other developers felt like they were like people were saying that we're taking shots at them, and that shit just became a mess. All because people would be like, people were just saying, this is how you make a good game. This is how you do a good RPG. This is, they started doing this stuff, and other people took it as, what you trying to say, bro? Like, we don't have to be a Larian Studios. We could do, and it just got messy. But it was just a lot of hype. It got crazy. It was like, and it was serious conversation. It wasn't even Fanboy, but a lot of people were looking at Larian Studios like their development shit don't stink, and this is how you do RPGs, this is how you do games, this is how you create blockbusters, and other developers, got in their fields, but the people who started this conversation were the reviewers. They were the ones saying this shit, and developers were clapping back.
Well,
like what the fuck?
It was those PC centric reviewers that started that, and I remember that because it got kind of heated, like you said, and I think that's actually going to be detrimental to Baldur's Gate's chances, because it did get kind of heated between some developers, which I don't understand why. I mean, if they're doing something great, I ain't played the game. It doesn't seem it looks boring as fuck to me. I'm just being right honest with y'all, but I ain't played it, but they seem to say like, this is something that people need to follow. They said the same thing about Tears of the Kingdom, so it's like there's nothing that got praised about Baldur's Gate. That got praised by Baldur's Gate over Tears of the Kingdom. It had something to do specifically with Baldur's Gate was doing in this genre. Tears of the Kingdom got praised for the things it was doing in gaming in general. The innovation it was doing in general, pushing gaming forward. So that's a whole different level right there. But I remember that how it came out and had all that hype and praise, and people literally wrote articles about Baldur's Gate 3 holding a 1-point Metacritic average over Zelda for a week. I'll never forget that. That's how fearful they are of that franchise, Legend of Zelda. They literally had news articles about Baldur's Gate holding a 1-point Metacritic average over Zelda for 1 week. So it's like we know what it is at this point.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
But I think it's going to win probably 6 awards. It just ain't going to win this one. It's not going to win this one.
It's going to win this one. It's going to win. I'm telling you. The majority's going to choose Baldur's Gate over Zelda. I already see it. But anyway, now I found the super chats. I found the super chat. So we're starting with Grizzly Bear King. He said, here we go. Let me make sure that's the right date. Yeah. No. That's not the first one. So DD Vito. Have you paid the Xbox tax yet, panel? Oh, shit. Oh, but Xbox tax is ridiculous. Grizzly Bear King. Supported the channel for years. Never tweeted, like anything, retweeted, or messaged anyone ever. Pretty much used Twitter for news and doom scrolling. Yet you blocked me. Weird.
What?
I find that hard to believe, Grizzly. Because, like, jokes, I could take jokes all day. I could take shit talking all day. The shit I block is either A, if a person already blocked me, then I'm going to block them just to make sure the interaction is completely severed. Or B, people did personal weird shit. Like the personal weird shit, like when people start doing weird personal attack and shit, I'm like, I don't need a timeline. But like console warring, talking shit like hell, that's the whole point. Like on Twitter. So I don't know. Grizzly. I don't know. If you didn't do nothing, I find that hard to believe. Okay, SNK. What are you talking about, P-Rock? The Xbox is nominated for the most butthurt community. Congrats, Xbox fans. Enjoy your reward. Ouch. Shattered glass. Emperor loses again. And still trying to say Sony gonna lose. Laugh out loud. Been saying that for years. Let it go. You gotta move on, bro. Gotta get away from that chick, bro. Gotta get away from Susie Floozy, bro. But go ahead, you keep messing with her. All right. Mama warned you about her. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
I love how Sony fans live in denial, but okay.
So, okay, don't worry. We'll talk in February. Morgan Kimes, my homie. It's interesting how he has to switch to Nintendo when he comes for a PlayStation. He knows that Xbox defense won't work. He keeps messing with that Floozy, bro. Leave her alone. Stay loyal to wifey. Grizzly Bear King, read your super chats. All right. And then Quinn Bart, I read yours. Shatterglass, Remix. And then True Old School Game P-Rock, you're wrong. It's actually okay. So I think I all caught up right now. Right? All right. Okay. So that's it. Well, what's the next? So anyway, I think we all covered that. But let me show this video real quick. The Xbox tax, right? That's the conversation. I want y'all to listen to this.
What video? Oh man, listen, what are you about to play?
Listen.
Right, oh my God! Why are you playing this video, man? I knew you was gonna play this. I knew he was gonna play this.
Listen, bro. I know your mama taught you about the inner voice. Keep the inner voice inside. Let the audience enjoy things. All right, let the audience enjoy things. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Clip, man. Play the clip.
I'm a mute, and everybody enjoy.
For Game of the Year? What the hell is going on? I mean, I'm nominated for Game of the Year. What the hell is going on? I mean, I'm sorry I gotta say this, but I call this a total bullshit. This is bullshit. Seriously, it's fucking bullshit. My God, I mean, I'm gonna have.
No, it's okay. Listen, let the rage. Let.
God.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I gotta let the hate out. Seriously, it's fucking annoying that this guy goes out and he announces all these 6 games, right? Basically, majority have support on Sony PlayStation, right? Except for Zelda and Mario Wonder. But then you got Resident Evil, which had support on PlayStation. When the fuck did remakes got nominated? Has that happened before? I mean, was Resident Evil 2 nominated? I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't think so. I don't know.
And so you put Resident Evil 4 in there instead of Starfield. What? Oh my God! I mean, seriously.
14, you mean?
What?
You said.
Man, Spectrum Internet is dog shit. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Anyway, we'll start with Baron.
You got Spectrum? You got Spectrum of all internet? Oh my God!
Well, I don't have a choice. In this complex, that's all they have. That's what sucks about consolidation.
You know what? I would move immediately if I were you. I would never. I would never have Spectrum.
You know, but no, it's fine. But anyway, this Xbox tax, like, and here's the thing: for some, it's a meme. Shout out to Jimmy Harrison. He says, "Best podcast ever." Much love, brother. Thank you for rocking out. For some, it's a meme. It's a joke, but like those dudes, Xbox lunch break special. Them dudes are serious. There are dudes hurt over this shit. Like, they really believe that the world is out to get Xbox. You have a bunch of gamers that are disenfranchised over this shit. Like Baron, how the fuck, where the hell, when this used to be just shit talking and fun, how did it get to this where people really believe that this shit is an agenda?
Well, it's not as serious as they make it to be, per se. But I understand y'all like to act like it don't exist, but it kind of really does exist. It reminds me of a similar situation us Nintendo fans went through the Wii era. Like we really got overlooked for a lot of great fucking games that came out on the Wii because it wasn't on par with the PS3 and the motherfucking Xbox 360, yada yada yada. So I know where they're coming from with that. So it was worse for the Wii back then. What they're getting right now is like it's like 10% of what Wii owners got and Nintendo got back in the Wii days. So it's like we know it's a little bit of bias here. Let's be honest. Like, Keighley went out of his way to make sure Death Stranding was nominated for Game of the Year, even though the general consensus was the game was trash. He went out of his way to make Kojima feel welcome. It was the fucking Kojima show that year. Death Stranding got nominated and won multiple fucking awards. But he understood his credibility was on the line, and Death Stranding did not win Game of the Year that year. But just the whole parade that went around the Death Stranding year, it showed me enough. That's why I brought it up with the Starfield situation. I'm like, is he going to be consistent with how he's been acting, or are you just going to flat out show your bias? And it's like, even if you didn't want to nominate Starfield, you could have put a Hi-Fi Rush in there if you really wanted to. They put fucking Stray in there last year. Like, come on, bro. But they're getting a little bit. It's a little bit of bias toward them. It ain't like doom and gloom like they trying to make it, but it's a little bit. That's how I feel about it.
So let me help you out here. So everything you said does not logically make sense. Because in order for it to make sense, this is what would have to happen. One, Jeff Keighley would have to convince whatever panelists, 75 panelists, 80 panelists, 100 panelists, to say, I need you to do this. I need you to put Death Stranding on the list so I can have it on my show. In order for this to work. Okay. Now imagine if he did that. Do you know somebody's gonna leak that shit? You know goddamn well if Jeff Keighley even hinted to put a certain game on the list, somebody's gonna take that scenario and exaggerate it and say Jeff Keighley held us at gunpoint if we didn't put Death Stranding. He said he would kidnap our children. You know goddamn well if he would even say something, damn, it would be nice to see Death Stranding on the stage. If he even did that, someone will change that story and said, Jeff Keighley said, if Death Stranding's not on stage, people are getting fired. So that's what I'm saying. Hold up. The shit you guys make up, do you understand what it takes for that shit to happen? And especially with Death Stranding, the majority of Game of the Year for 2019 was Death Stranding. And that's across multiple outlets. So there is no Game of the Award agenda when other people gave the Game of the Year. Other people easily gave the Game of the Year. It was a lot. It won the most that year. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, that's why Jeff Keighley, every single year, he has to say the same shit. He goes, I am not part of the voting member group. He has nothing to do with that. He has a group. They do their own thing. He just waits to what they say. And then he just repeats what they all nominated. That's it.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. I understand that seems highly unlikely. And to the level you're speaking of, it's probably highly unlikely that happened. But we're talking about television here. If you act like there's no outside or backdoor influences that go on, you are crazy. It happens. Okay, in the Death Stranding situation is not the only situation. We could go back multiple years where certain situations went on in the Game Awards that just really didn't make any fucking sense. I'm still going to stand by 2014 when Dragon Age Inquisition ended up being Game of the Year that year, even though it was not the best game that came out that year. I have no idea how that panel voted for that game over the other games that came out that year. We could go back to Death Stranding. There was multiple games that came out that year that was better than Death Stranding, yet Jeff Keighley had this whole love affair with Kojima the whole fucking year. And the running joke all year was that Death Stranding was going to be nominated Game of the Year. Don't act like you don't remember that running joke all year before the nominees even got announced.
The problem
because he was in his love affair with this man all year long.
the problem
It was
is
insane.
your theory would hold true if nobody else or very few people gave Death Stranding Game of the Year. Then it would have made sense. Like,
I see what you're saying because he's telling you it all was voted. But we're sitting here this year. We're sitting here this year. I want to make this point though. We're sitting here this year where Hard Work Legacy has not got nominated. So you're telling me that everybody that voted never wrote down Hard Work Legacy for anything?
No,
you really think that happened?
No, but here's the thing. I can actually explain that. Okay. There's a logical explanation. That game, listen, no, but there is a logical explanation, right? We seen what that game was going through in the beginning of the year, or what was going through while before launch with the whole J.K. Rowling and the trans community. I guarantee people were scared.
I understand that,
right? But keep in mind, that's not Jeff Keighley telling them.
I guarantee you, it had nothing to do with voting on Hard Work Legacy. That had to be an outside political influence. That happens in television entertainment all the time. Why Hard Work Legacy got ignored? Yeah. I'm pretty sure it had nothing to do with actual voting.
No. And no, I guarantee people didn't put their name on that paper. They didn't want their name associated with that game. I guarantee. I'm willing to bet money that's not the situation. I guarantee in their mind they want to put it, but they don't want the list to leak to be like, oh, this voting member put Hogwarts Legacy as their game of the year, and then all of a sudden they're catching smoke. Guarantee they didn't want that. Guarantee they didn't want their name associated with that. And it's sad, and it's politics, right? But I guarantee
that sounds like something that could possibly happen. But I'm telling you, we know it got blacklisted. We know it had nothing to do with people not voting for it. That's why I'm saying don't be too.
I guarantee there's people who didn't vote for it, or at least not enough. I guarantee a lot of people purposely say, you know what?
Okay.
I'm not gonna be. Some people just don't want the smoke. Some people are just gonna be like, you know what? I have no fight in this game. It is what it is. I'm not gonna put my career on the line.
Did Control deserve to be on that list?
Control?
Hell no. Control did not deserve that year. No.
Okay, so
which year?
There was multiple. Huh?
Which year?
I said that year. Blaze, you was there when I said it. What are you talking about?
For 2019?
Brother, I know, but first, yo,
you was there when I said it, bro.
I'm gonna send you a mic. No, I gotta send you it because you sound like you're talking through a McDonald's speaker right now. What's your address? I swear I got you.
Oh shit.
What type of mic you like?
Blaze, listen, I don't care about none of that because I don't be on here that much to be doing that. But listen, I said the same thing about Control. You heard about whole rant in 2019, man. You heard that.
Okay, what was Control on that list?
Control got. I forgot to bring that up. The whole situation where they omitted Super Smash Brothers from the year it was actually released, to the fans had to complain so much that he had to put it in the Game of the Year nomination the next year, which was insane.
Which game was which?
So Resident Evil 2 is a remake that was on the list.
Yeah.
Outer Worlds was on the list.
Yeah.
And Sekiro, which won Game of the Year.
Yeah. So the whole list overall is like, okay. Like I said, wasn't strong competition, especially if you got Outer Worlds. If you got Outer Worlds as a Game of the Year nominee, and I beat Outer Worlds, and I'm surprised.
Yeah, this wasn't a strong year, bro. I
beat
back at the game.
And I beat the Outer Worlds, and I didn't even realize that was a nominee. To be honest, I forgot. To be honest, that was a forgettable year. I beat Control, and I beat Outer Worlds. To be honest, 2019. What the fuck came out in 2019?
Those are the 5 games. Sekiro.
Sekiro's definitely better. Sekiro's definitely was
the right game won.
Yeah, Sekiro was the game of the,
what are we talking about though? Starfield didn't make the cut. I mean, bro, at the end of the day, is Starfield a bad game? No, it's not. But at the end of the day, bro, Metacritic and these reviewers they influence that list, whether you want to like it or not. It's the truth. And at the end of the day, bro, it didn't make the cut. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't.
Hey, real quick, let's check out their reaction when they actually saw the answer. Hold on, everybody be quiet.
You really gonna play that
man,
reaction?
Listen, I'm
so foul, bro.
Hey, shh. The
nominees for Game of the Year at the Game Awards are Alan Wake 2, developed by Remedy Entertainment, Baldur's Gate 3 from Larian Studios, Marvel, Spider-Man 2
course.
from Insomniac Games, Resident Evil 4 from Capcom, Super Mario Brothers Wonder from Nintendo, and The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom from Nintendo.
Wow.
And there you have it. Those are your nominees for the Game Awards.
Remake of trash.
Oh my!
You can help select the winners by voting now at thegameawards.com and on our Discord
Unbelievable.
server. I hope you live on Thursday, December 7th for the Game Awards. The TGA Orchestra.
You can see their soul leave their bodies.
One nomination for Starfield.
Lots of news and updates on what's ahead.
Yeah. Oh, and it probably won't win.
Look,
Just
you can see
Yeah.
their soul. Like,
You know, I mean,
We'll see you live on Thursday, December 7th.
what are we gonna say? What? Let me just let me
Collect your
compose
thoughts?
myself, folks.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Because,
I'm going to pause this shenanigans, and I'm going to bring up some gameplay so you guys and gals could stay with us for the next, I don't know. Well, we're going to do a regular show. I mean, we got a lot to get into. I'm at a loss for words, folks. I'm shocked not to see Zelda.
yo, this can't be happening, bro. This can't happen. Listen, man, you know what, Brain? Give me your inputs on this whole Xbox tax. Do you think there's shit going on?
No.
What's your thoughts?
No, I don't think there's anything going on. You know what? Xbox has had its up and downs. When it's up, I think it was up during the 360 generation, and when it's down, it's really down. And I'll even go back to the original Xbox, back with what was the guy's name that always had a bunch of trickery in his words? Peter Molyneux with Fable. Yeah, Peter Molyneux. And I'll never forget this, because this was one of the reasons why I bought Fable, but I also learned a lesson. No, all in all, Fable was a good game, but I specifically remember Peter hyping Fable up as if, it was the next best thing, since sliced bread, as far as saying, hey, if you chop down this tree and you come back 10 years later, the acorn is going to, grow back and become its own tree. And I believed that shit. 17-year-old me actually believed that shit, and I got that game. That game was good, but that game was overhyped. And I say that just because of the fact that, again, I know that Starfield, is a good game, but it just didn't meet expectations. It was just overhyped. I'm not going to call it trash. I'm not going to say that it was a bad game. It was a good game. It just wasn't great. I just say all this to say that as far as what Xbox does, and I'll say two more things. Number one, I really don't want to see Xbox fail, but I don't want to see Microsoft fail. And the reason why I don't want to see Microsoft fail is because of the fact that I got shares in Microsoft, and my IRA and my 401k is tied into Microsoft. So I need Microsoft to do well. But just specifically talking about gaming itself, Xbox, it leaves a lot to be desired. It's fucking schizophrenic. I mean, it's like, okay, it's not consistent. That's my point as far as with Xbox. It's they need to take the page out from Nintendo's and Sony's book and just like, hey man, instead of having your CEOs talk all the damn time, and I think Extreme has said something along these lines. Either you or him said this, but I don't need to see the CEOs talk or the fucking corporate heads talk. I don't care about that. If I'm investing myself inside of a game system or an ecosystem or of a console, it's because I want to play fucking games. That's the only reason why I want to. I'm buying the damn console, regardless if it's the Switch, the PlayStation 5, or the Series X or S. But yeah, Xbox. I don't think there's any bias against it. It's well deserved because of the fact that they haven't had any real contenders. And this is just my opinion, and you guys probably won't agree with me, but I don't think that Xbox had any real contenders since going back to either Gears of War 2 or 3. No, not that far back. Gears 5. Other than that, they're just totally inconsistent. So whatever bias or
and
what?
Yeah,
and Gears 5 wasn't nominated either.
Yeah,
so there's no bias whatsoever.
Gears 3 was the
Gears
last.
5 was fucking phenomenal. Gears 5 was phenomenal, man.
Gears 5 was trash.
Gears
Stop
5.
it, man. Stop
Gears
it,
5 was
Cat.
good.
No, it was not.
Gears 5 was good.
Gears 5 was
It was
phenomenal,
good.
and it wasn't nominated.
It was not a
That
game of the
shit
year
was
title.
trash.
And I
Gears 5 was an average game.
and I beat Gears 5. It was
Yeah,
not a
well,
game of the year
listen,
with the title.
I don't know why
I
y'all
beat
take
Gears
these
5.
trash. Listen, I don't know why y'all take these trashy ass, mid ass Xbox games and try to push them up there with the GOTYs. There's a reason you have a GOTY. Let me finish. There's a reason you have a GOTY tier classified games, right? There's a reason you have the upper echelon of gaming, and then you have Xbox. That's just what that is, man. Like, you can't breathe more life into something because it wasn't done. The management is bad at Microsoft when it comes to gaming division. The management team is bad at Xbox. I don't even think anybody would deny that. Management is horrible. And if you got bad management, everything below that is going to fall by the wayside. Look at when in the 360 days when you had Peter Moore and all of those guys. They were in it to win it. They was stumping the dog shit out of Sony and PlayStation for
J-Dub still there?
Hello?
I thought that was me for a second. I thought it was you lagged out.
I thought it was me. Hey,
Well,
J-Dub,
see, those gaming gods cut the cord again. Y'all keep talking that bullshit. Cut the cord.
So I'm gonna just put it. Look at the screen. The screen. A picture's worth 1,000 words. You can see.
Okay.
Gears of War at its height when it was like one of the dominant games in multiplayer during 360 era, and then you can see what it's become. You understand what I'm saying? It went from a dominant franchise, Gears of War.
I'm gonna tell you
the numbers. Listen,
Judgment 4 was a downer for the franchise. I will agree to that.
Gears of War 94, Gears of War 2 93, Gears of War 3 91, and then once Epic was done with it and they sold the franchise over to Xbox, and then Microsoft officially owns Gears. Officially now it's theirs. Before, it was a deal between them and Epic to keep it exclusive on Xbox. It was a paid exclusive, but the game belonged to Epic. Epic says, we don't want the franchise no more. Xbox, you can have it. We'll sell it to you. All the rights and everything. Microsoft said, good. Now we have publishing control. They got Coalition Studios. Some members of the Epic team went on it. Other members, they got whatever. And then you can clearly see what Microsoft did it once they got ownership of the franchise. You got Gears of War 4, you got Gears of War 5. And this is where I'm going to lead to my point, to what I was saying, right? The number one problem that has not been addressed since Peter Moore left, and this began with Don Matrick. So this began with him, was Xbox as a publisher was going to shit. They were losing the ability to identify what great games are, what big bangers are. Notice they didn't have a problem with that when Peter Moore and his team that he had was there. They knew, Gears of War, Cliffy, that game looks good. We want that shit exclusive. What we got to do to make it exclusive? Mass Effect, that shit look banger. We'll publish that shit. Oblivion, Elder Scrolls. Yep, that shit is hot. We're going to keep that exclusive. BioShock. Yep, we're going to keep that shit exclusive. Even something as simple as Virtual Fighters. I think it was Virtual Fighters 5, right? That shit went to PlayStation, but Xbox like, no. We're not just going to just take an offline fighting game. We're going to put Xbox Live to that. We're going to make this shit work, and we're going to help you, right? Peter Moore and his team had publishing power to know what a great game is from a perspective of first party, and they knew what to get from third party, right? To make the whole platform look good, right? Peter, I keep saying Peter Moore because this dude, Brain got his name in my head now, fuck. Peter Moore knew not only to get GTA 4 day one, that was not enough for him. He's like, not only am I going to get GTA 4 day one, so that way PS3 doesn't have that as a timed exclusive, but I'm going to pay money to get timed exclusives for the DLC content, but I'm gonna make it seem like it's exclusive to Xbox when they really were just timed exclusive. He pulled that shit. Live on stage, Grand Theft Auto 4, and he says, an exclusive to Xbox, 2 downloadable content for the first time in franchise history. Peter Moore knew how to fucking win with great games. You said it last week, Baron. Console sells with great software. Peter Moore and his team knew what the fuck to do when that happened. He got the best games, the best bangers, and he took good games and said, no, we're going to make them better. This is how you make them better. After he left and Don Matrick took over, he started out with that goddamn Natal Project bullshit. That shit went downhill quick, real fast. Because he said, you know what? I don't need to do what Peter Moore did with all this go after third party. He didn't. He switched it up. He didn't go after third party deals or some of the best games. He said, you know what? Halo, Gears, and Forza is all I really need. Those are big blockbusters. Just release them shits. But what's really gonna change waves is this fucking Natal fucking Project Connect shit. That was his thing. He thought that was the way. That shit utterly failed. Phil Spencer comes on board. He does not address the number one problem Microsoft has was how can we once again be a great publisher? That should have been his first job. First job is we have to fix Xbox as a publisher. We have to get back that magic to where we can look at games or look at opportunity and be like, that's a banger. Yeah, we're going to do that. No, he didn't. What he did was talk to Satya and said, hey, we're just going to change up the whole strategy. We're going to push cloud. We're going to implement this service Game Pass. We're going to try to put our games everywhere. And granted, I can't blame him because that's Satya's language. He loves that language. So he's catering to his boss. He ain't stupid. But along the way, Phil Spencer still has not done the number one thing that is still wrong today is how can we look at something and say, this is not a banger? They still have that problem.
What you mean still? That's not a problem anymore.
How is it not a problem anymore?
He fixed that problem.
How?
He fixed that problem because he bought all these. He bought all these studios and acquisitions. He handled that problem.
Let me ask you something.
That problem's handled.
Listen, no, buying the studios, but the question is, him as a publisher, when the studio starts making games, does this publisher get the ability to be like, that ain't it, bro? That's not it.
Bro, nothing has changed, Baron.
And we already saw, and Baron, we already saw failure. No, stop, Baron. We already saw it. Phil Spencer, we already saw failure. Phil Spencer allowed Redfall to release. He can't even see a simple flop and be like, pause. Baron, we witnessed him fucking up. He fucked up.
Okay,
you don't have eyes for quality.
Here's what I got to say.
No, he didn't fix it.
Here's what I got to say. Here's what I got to say. The man has owned up to everything he said. He took ownership. He took ownership of Redfall, even though I don't think it's his fault. I think. Can I finish what I'm saying, Blaze, before your Sony wires go crazy? Like, calm down. Calm down. He took ownership of Redfall, even though I don't think he should have did that. But I think he learned the lesson that all these nice words they're just trying to, that he was saying to please all these people that work in the game industry. We're giving everybody creative freedom. Yeah, you need to put people on a leash because creative freedom don't always equal quality. You need to have some type of standard or some type of structure you got to put these people in. And I think that he learned that the hard way. But he has said, starting with Starfield, you're going to see back-to-back quality releases from Xbox. So far, that has been true. It's went from Starfield and went to Forza. Now we got to wait on the next game. Let's see if it's going to stay true to what he said. Y'all said that he didn't create first party. He created it. You might not like the way he created it because he bought up a bunch of shit and made it exclusive to Xbox. But you said you wanted him to do that. He created that situation.
I said the number one problem is he did not fix the publishing, and he still hasn't. Okay? Redfall was not his first fuck up. Crackdown was another fuck up. He has fucked up multiple times. If I do a search, you will see him. He's always owning up to something. Crackdown 3 wasn't something he owned up to.
Don't bring up Crackdown, bro.
That's under his watch. That's the Baron. Listen to what I'm saying. He has not fixed the number one problem, which is have a publisher that can recognize quality games and be like, nope, that ain't it. That's not enough. Get back in the kitchen, make it better. Redfall was easy. Oh, he owned up to it. Are you fucking kidding me? He's been owning up to shit for like the last 5-6 years. We need for him to stop owning up to shit and do your damn job. And Redfall, that was not a hard fucking task. It's not. If you fuck up Redfall, what can you get right? Redfall was obvious. And here's the crazy part. After that whole debacle, the developers said, we actually wanted this game canceled. The developers are saying, just scrap this shit. Literally, the developers are telling them to scrap this shit. You can clearly see the game is fucked, and he still let it out. If you can't, listen, brother man, if you can't even catch a lob, how the fuck you gonna play baseball, bro? Like, yo, Redfall was a perfect. Listen, to be honest, Redfall's not even a challenge. That shit should have been like, we're delaying this game because this shit is bad. Nope, we're not doing this. And he even failed to do that. Microsoft has yet to address their number one problem, which is look at a game
in the past,
and to get that.
We're living in the past. Redfall is in the past. It's done. It's over with.
Redfall was. Let's talk about Starfield. I'll talk Starfield too.
Right now, Phil is in the fourth quarter. He's 2 for 2 from the field. No, let's see what 2024 goes.
No, he's definitely not 2 for 2.
Redfall crackdown. That was the third quarter. That was the first half. We're now in the fourth quarter.
Let me ask you: are you playing Forza? The new one?
I don't do racing sims. It doesn't matter who does them. I don't do racing sims.
Let me tell you something. If you go look at the Xbox community, most of them ain't playing the game either. Even the Xbox gamers, this ain't it. You are giving more props to a game than you are giving more props to a game than the very Xbox community is. Even the Xbox gamers ain't fucking with Forza.
It's racing sims is kind of a niche area now, so it is what it is.
Out of any area, normally
was the game quality? Yes. So
how do you know? According to the people who play
2 for 2, Barry, 2 for 2 from the field. 2 for 2.
The people who are playing Forza, they're not excited about that game. You don't play Forza. I don't play Forza. I don't give a shit about GT7, but I pay attention to the timeline. The Xbox gamers ain't happy about Forza. The guys who actually, play the game, who own the Xbox, they're not really happy about Forza. They're not happy about how that game turned out. You are just saying it just to say it. You don't believe me? Go talk to them. Talk to them. Talk to the Xbox gamers. They already ghosted that game. They ghosted that game. They ghosted that game.
Y'all hell, man. Like, somebody said he's down 90-3 in the fourth quarter.
You're looking at the chat? The dude's trying to make a comeback. 93.
Down 90-3 in the fourth quarter.
You see the Giants Cowboys game? They got one touchdown. They be like, "Oh look, he got a touchdown." Man. The game is like 42-0, bro. Like, what are we doing here in the third quarter? But listen,
all I'm saying is that
let me tell you, the number one problem.
I will listen. The number one problem is going to be fixed, and the only way I will change my mind on this if every game that they have slated coming out for next year absolutely is trash, which is unfeasible for that to happen. It's really impossible for that to happen.
Sure, the games could be
Perfect
good.
Dark, Hellblade, Avowed, Clockwork Revolution, South by Midnight, State of Decay. If all that turns out to be trash, then I could come back and say I take all that back. I'm done with Xbox, but. Let's be realistic. That's most likely not going to happen.
Well, one, you wouldn't admit it, even if it did. You just said Forza's quality. You don't play the game.
Listen. If Starfield and Forza ended up being garbage, then I probably would have been worried. But since it's not, I ain't worried no more. So there it is. 2 for 2 in the fourth quarter. Phil, 2 for 2 in the fourth quarter, baby.
I think you have to make it to the playoffs. They didn't make it to the playoffs, dog. They're not in the playoff bracket. Shout out to Grizzly Bear. Says the board panel of the TGA is public. It includes Microsoft, EA, T2, Sony, Nintendo, Ubisoft, and more. So tinfoil hat conspiracies are illogical. It's true. Some of those guys are part of the board members. Like Microsoft's part of the
they
and all that stuff. So
they was a part of it the last time. Like we've been through that.
Yeah. JFK TV.
But they only won out of 150. So it's like, what the fuck?
Wanted to join in the panel tonight, but my training extended my day by 3 whole ass hours. I'm tired now, so I'll run back tomorrow. Peace. Oh man. So anyway, for me, Microsoft did not address, and buying studios, you bought more developers, but consider this. If you didn't address the publishing aspect of your company, and you now gained even more developers, there's going to be some problems. You're going to make even more mistakes until they fix the publishing to where they could say, for example, even something as simple as Starfield. I don't know how they allow that game to not have a performance patch on their own Xbox Series X consoles. I'm sorry. That shit is piss poor. I don't want to hear no excuses. Everybody try to say there's 1,000 planets. We all know how the game is built. There's loading. They broke out stages. There is no reason Microsoft couldn't say, hey, Bethesda, you need to level up. You need to capitalize on the performance of our console. It can do it. We need you to do it. They're like, nah. Let it be, whatever. I'm telling you, bro. Microsoft's not that. Microsoft wants quantity. I firmly believe Microsoft wants to push a lot of shit, but they're not really looking for those titles to really be part among the Game of the Year bangers. I don't think Microsoft's even concerned with any of that shit. They just want to say they're releasing new content frequently on Game Pass, sign up for Game Pass, but all that other shit, trying to create top quality titles, get Game of the Year worthy titles, try to beat some of the best games you can play in the industry, I don't give a shit. I don't think they're going for that. I think what they're doing is, hey, we release new games, subscribe to Game Pass, you get to play new games.
We need to go third party.
And they keep it moving.
Who said that?
That was the
I
brain.
did. I said they do need to go third party. They really do. Yeah.
No, they do not. No, we don't.
No. We're not gonna get in there. We're gonna talk to Blaze. Sony baby.
We're Blaze at.
Where Blaze at? Unless he started working.
Bro, I'm losing brain cells.
Okay. Hey, my brother, what do you think about this?
He's over there stroking that PlayStation Portal. That's what he's doing.
Why are you talking about that? And I'm glad you have the Portal, Blaze. Did you get it? Did it come in?
Come on.
No.
No, it didn't come in yet, but I definitely. It said it was supposed to be today, but I guess it'll be here tomorrow.
Oh, that's pissing you off, isn't it? But anyway, your quick question: how do you feel about this whole Xbox tax?
Bro, it's just another cry out. Like, when Halo failed, they said, first of all, Halo is supposed to save everything. If Halo can't save it, if Halo can't fix this shit, then they go to Starfield. Starfield is not a quality game, bro. You can't even step off the goddamn. When you get off a plane, bro, Puerto Rico, listen to what I'm telling you. You know when they say one step forward for the moon? You know when the first person walked on the moon, shut up, Baron. Hey, your turn. When you put your foot on the goddamn planet, there's no footsteps. Now, is it a big deal? I still played the game, but how the fuck, think about how substantial that is to put your first foot on a fucking planet that no one's been, or, you know what I mean? It's just lazy ass shit from them. It's a good game. It's not a quality game. And Forza is the same old Forza, bro. And it came out even in a shitty state, Baron. Stop acting like you didn't see cars flying around. There's a lot of issues with that shit too. You know what I mean? But this whole Xbox tax is fucking hilarious, bro. It's just another cry out for help, man. It really fucking, bro. It's sad. It's sad that these guys really sit here thinking there's conspiracies and shit. I'm not saying this gaming industry ain't perfect, because it's not. And I'm sure there's shady shit going on, but until you make a good game, this is what you're going to get, bro. You can't just make an okay game. You got to make a great game. I'm talking a memorable game, bro. Memorable. Starfield is not Skyrim. It's just not.
Interesting. Hold on. Let me, because I knew Baron was going to try to interrupt you.
I'm going to ask him this question. I'm just going to ask it so he can go.
Go ahead.
Do you think conspiracy has nothing to do with Xbox not ever having a Game of the Year nomination at the Keighley Awards? Ever in the history of it?
Nope.
Aaron, look at the games, brother. All you gotta do is look at the evidence.
I am looking at the games.
I am looking
at the games, and I'm also looking at what got nominated over his 10-year history. So
okay,
ever in the history of the show,
brother. Bro, when you put out trash, Baron, tell me a game that deserves to be there, that deserves to win Game of the Year. Tell me if you tell me.
I already listen. I already told you Starfield this year. I don't give a damn what y'all gonna say about that. Starfield this year definitely should have. Definitely should have
nominated or
definitely should have. And I was an advocate for Gears 5 as well. I love that game. So
I like Gears,
but I'll have to go all the way back to the very first Game Awards to figure out what actually released that year. I'm pretty sure I'll find plenty of more that probably should have been in the category. We're just talking about nominations here. We're not talking about actually it should have won, but nominations, people. Like nominations.
I play Gears 5.
I
play Gears 5. That's just a good game. At no point did I think that's not a game of the year. Yes,
but it's been on a steady decline, Baron.
Hell no.
Look what they're putting in. Look at the shit they're forcing. Look at the characters they're forcing.
Especially if you play Gears 3. Gears 5 doesn't touch Gears 3. Get the fuck out of here. Like that's a downside from Gears 3. It doesn't touch that. Like it doesn't. If you play Gears 1, 2, and 3, especially Gears 3, 4 and 5, is just
they're good games. Listen,
they're good. But if you want a game of the year conversation,
I would strongly disagree with that. The only pitfalls were Judgment and 4. Gears 5 brought it back up. So y'all could kill that bullshit right there.
Some people say 4 is better than 5.
You getting the Porter Rock
down. That drug the series down.
Get out of here. 5.
Judgment and 4 drugs. I bought every Gears game, bro. I bought every Gears game.
It's just a good game, and I beat all. I beat them all.
Me too. You can check
except Judgment. I didn't play Judgment. I didn't even bother with that one.
Judgment's really just
I did one. I beat 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 5, I think the thing was 5.
Judgment should have never been made.
5, 4, and 5. But I would say 5. The open world formula or the semi that they try to do, it just didn't work. Like it was pointless. I was like.
Yeah, I give them a little credit for trying something.
They tried, but
it didn't work.
It didn't work.
It was unnecessary, man.
Yeah. It seemed like they were still experimenting.
The thing is, Baron, like they just gotta put out. I keep hearing this shit. Oh, Hellblade's the next game. Oh, wait till you know what I mean. The only logical developer that Xbox has left that can deliver a good game, and I know it'll be good on launch. I'll put money down. But you never know under a different umbrella. Is id Software. Like, that's the only thing I even trust at this point from Xbox to put out a quality game. Everything else is, like, up in the air. You just don't know.
All right. So I think J-Dub is
that sounds about right. J-Dub got that, he got that Portal Wi-Fi, so he had to lag out a couple of times.
Oh shit! I tried to, so I was gonna make that a topic, but nobody got the Portal, so I'm gonna delete it. So I'm gonna just go on to the next topic real quick. WB. So apparently WB. Oh no! We're gonna talk about Hogwarts Legacy. Well, I think we already talked about that, right? Hogwarts Legacy Snubbed.
I mean, listen, it's a good game. It's another great game. I think. That being it came out a little early. I like Hogwarts. I beat it. I liked it. But there was a lot of shit around, a lot of bad press around it. But it was a good game. Does it deserve to be there over some of the other ones? I don't know. What is score like this is the thing, Porter Rock. Metacritic plays a major part in the Game Awards. You guys can sit here and deny it all you want. It's the truth. Look at Metacritic. Chances are, if it reviewed well, it's going to be
nobody denied that on this panel. Nobody denies that at all.
But there's people that just refuse to believe that Metacritic has nothing to do with it. Absolutely does. Like, I don't care about Metacritic personally. I don't.
So it's not Metacritic directly. It's that the people that make up the reviewers that score Metacritic are the same people that's on this panel.
Right.
So that's what it is. It's the same audience.
I heard Porter Rock.
It's similar audience.
I heard they sent an email out to IGN, and their staff have a tally, or a vote system between everybody in the staff that works for IGN. You know what I mean? And then whatever game wins out of that tally, the few games that's what they send. I guess that's how it works. That's what someone was telling me. But who knows? Who really knows?
Yeah, so what I got was, so the voting members are assigned. Like, granted, you may be part of a company, but you're a specific person, right? So Microsoft might have 2 or 3 people. Sony might have whatever, IGN, whatever. And that each person gets all the categories and how many nominations in each category, right? So you get this full list of all the categories, and then you get told this is how many slots each category have. Because some categories only had like 5 slots, right, for nominations. And then at that point, you just pick any game that you want as long as it's within the time frame of when the game qualifies for this year's nomination. So I think it's November 17th of 2022, and I think when's the cutoff? The 15th or the 14th or whatever the cutoff. So any game that came in that year, you just pick it and you put in your category. So like for Game of the Year nomination, one person could be like, oh, I think Dead Space Remake, I think Jedi, Baldur's Gate 3, Tears of the Kingdom, Spider-Man, Starfield. Those are my 6. They filled it out, they send it in, or maybe no, most likely to do it on a computer. However they do it, that's how they enter it. Once every voter submitted their picks, it gets tabulated, and then like say for example for best sound, 5 slots. Well, the top 5 games that got mentioned consistently out of everybody, those are your nominees. Game of the Year, 6 slots. The top 6 that got mentioned the most, those are your nominees. For best indie, the top 6 that got mentioned the most, those are your nominees. And this is where it gets crazy, because last year Sifu got nominated for best fighter, right? And everybody's like, how the fuck did Sifu? It's not even a fighter. Like the fighter is like, Street Fighter, shit like that. But here's the thing. If you give me a piece of paper and you tell me pick 6 games for best fighter, and I go Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, blah, 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 and Sifu. I wrote Sifu down. You can't stop me from writing, like, you like, a reviewer can miscategorize a game.
I got you. I get what you're saying.
They put as a nominee. Now, here's the crazy part. Enough people did that Sifu got a spot for best fighter. Because I guess reviewers considered it a fighting game, and they penned it in. And that's what it is. So when people be like, wait a minute. Like right now, the argument is Liza P. It's not an RPG, right? So that's like the argument. I mean, I haven't played it. Now, I didn't argue against it because number 1, I didn't play it. And number 2, I can understand if it's like, how like Jedi Fallen Order is like very Souls-like, but it's not an RPG though. It just took mechanics from Souls games. So maybe I thought, well, maybe Liza P is the same way. It just took a certain mechanic. I don't know. I haven't played it. You played it?
Yeah, I beat it.
Is it RPG? Is it RPG?
Listen, you're role playing a guy. There's whole different builds. How's it not an RPG?
So it's like Dark Souls, pretty much.
Yes.
Okay,
Bloodborne,
so it's RPG. Bloodborne, so it's RPG, right?
Yeah.
So Liza P is in the RPG category because a lot of voters, when they were supposed to select their 5 or 6, they wrote Liza P. They said, yeah, Liza P is one of my noms. Baldur Gate 3 is one of my noms. And whatever game they put, Sea of Stars, that's it. And enough people wrote Liza P to get one.
I had a lot of people say, oh my God, I couldn't believe that they didn't give Starfield a bone. Like, I can't believe they didn't throw Xbox a bone and just let them have a nominee or something. But but if we got, we used to think, oh, this shit's corrupted, this shit's, fake and shit, you know what I mean? But that tells me right there that I think they're doing it in a Microsoft building. Phil Spencer's there, the whole relationship, and they didn't make the cut, bro. That just tells me that, maybe these votes are authentic. This is what it is.
But here's the crazy part. That doesn't mean that Starfield not getting a nom doesn't mean that nobody picked Starfield. It just didn't get enough to be placed. It could be placed 7th. It could be placed 8th. If there was 10 nominations, it could have been there because it would have been the 9th most recommended, game, right? It just didn't get enough to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. That's all it is.
You know what the next game? It wasn't even Starfield. It was Diablo.
Probably.
Swear to God, that's someone that knows what's up told me. Diablo was the next game.
Diablo. Yeah, more people probably picked Diablo than Starfield, for all you know. And that's why people don't understand. It doesn't mean nobody didn't pick Starfield. Somebody, I'm pretty sure, put Starfield on their list. I'm pretty sure there was people who put Starfield on the list. It's just, it wasn't enough to get top 6. That's it. I'm pretty sure Dead Space Remake, somebody put that down. I guarantee somebody put Jedi. Guarantee somebody put Jedi in there. It's just that not enough people put that. That's just how it is.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt. I gotta jump off.
All right, brother, man. Thank you so much for walking through. We
Yes,
got 400 people. I hope you're enjoying the show. Hit the like button. Now, let me ask you, this is the last topic, and I didn't cover it last week, came out recently, but I want your opinion. So WB is putting a more concerted effort into GaaS games, which is odd, considering the issue they had with Gotham Knights. Now we're starting to, they had a delay Suicide Squad, but now you're starting to see some stuff. Hogwarts was a blast. Like, I'm gonna start with you, Blaze. What's going on? Like, why are people forcing GaaS? Like, aren't they seeing how many fuck-ups there are? Like, is that one chance so big that is worth fucking up 10 times? Like, what's going on here?
Product. You're right on the money with that. It's throwing shit at a wall, hoping it sticks. You know what I mean? That's literally what it is. But after seeing the success from Hogwarts, and it sold extremely well. You would think
15 million? I think or more.
Yeah, bro, that's great. And it's like after seeing that, you would think like, you know what, single player games, things like that still have a place in when this industry gets proven wrong over and over again. Every time they say, oh, single player games is not it. Remember EA back in the day, like, oh, we're not doing. It's like now what they leaning on, Dead Space remake. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just my thing is these guys are gonna just throw shit at a wall, hoping it sticks. But I'm telling you, they're going to keep failing at it because if you don't innovate in this industry, you're just going to be looked at as there's a better version of what they just put out. You know what I mean? So if they put out a shooter, there's a better version of that shooter, or like a looter shooter. I'll play Destiny. I'll play Division. You know what I mean? So it's really, you got to innovate. You can't just try to copy and imitate. You got to innovate.
Exactly. You just can't release a same version of a game that's already out there. It's already big and already has a huge community. What do you think, Baron? With WB, the executives, they want to really push GaaS as their efforts.
Okay,
going forward.
Why are you shocked? Why are you shocked by this? I'm confused. Why are you shocked?
I'm gonna tell you. 1, more GaaS games has failed than succeeded. 2, a lot of WB games that are successful are single player games. And the games that are giving them problems are the GaaS games.
Well, I'm going to put it to you like this. The risk is worth the reward. When you look at Fortnite and you look at Overwatch and you look at Apex and you look at Call of Duty, the risk is worth the reward. If you can just get it right one time, you don't have to be right every time, but if you get it right one time, you finna make an ass of fucking money. So I'm not surprised. I don't know why anybody else is surprised.
Why billionaires stay rich? Because they're smart with their money. You can't just we'll just keep trying. Like, bro, all that funding eventually is going to dry out. Eventually, they're going to be like, look, this is not profitable. We can't just keep throwing paint at a wall, hoping it stick. Like, yo, you can't just keep doing that. Like, eventually, you're going to go under. I guarantee.
I'm glad you say that because the billionaires, they work the same way. Yeah, they smart with their money, but they are going to take risks. That's how they become billionaires. They take risks.
So let me ask you this.
They take risks.
So let me ask you this, Baron. How come Nintendo's not doing it?
Because Nintendo's making them more than enough money off all their IPs. They don't need to do it. That's the difference. Nintendo and Rockstar are probably the two companies that are sitting the most comfortable right now. They don't really need to do anything but keep doing what they're doing and making sure it's quality.
But Rockstar has GaaS. Rockstar has GaaS. Nintendo doesn't.
You know, PlayStation.
Well, Rockstar does have GaaS. They turned GTA into even more of a cash cow. So it's like there's some pretty.
But why isn't Nintendo going after the bigger pot with GaaS? How come they're not risking the bigger pot?
I'm not really sure, but you got to understand, like, they got money coming in from everywhere. like Pokemon makes them so much money. Pokemon is not just a video game. People don't really understand that. There's anime, there's movies, there's a TV show, there's merchandise. Now they're doing movies for all their IPs. They're making money all over the fucking place now. So it's like they really don't need to. They're making record profits. At some point, they probably are going to do it. But if you're making money off your IPs in multiple ways and you don't have to take the risk of trying to do a games as a service, then there's no point. But I understand why other companies are trying to do it. I understand why Sony has 12 fucking games as a service games that they're going to try to throw at the wall and see what sticks. Because it makes the most money in this market today. So that's just what it is. I'm not surprised.
But PlayStation gets more revenue than Nintendo. By a lot.
Yeah. They get more revenue, but how much are they actually pocketing? That's the problem. That's the problem Sony has right now. That's the problem Sony has right now. They're not pocketing much of it.
Bro, it was by a lot. PlayStation had way more revenue. When was it? Last year?
But the thing is that they're not making enough net profit. That's the issue they're in right now. This is why you see all those layoffs. They're spending way more than they want to be spending, and they're not making much back.
Bungie. That had nothing to do with Sony. That was Bungie deciding to lay people off because they didn't do the correct thing with their money.
Sony just gave y'all the financial results. They're barely holding on by a hair. So it's like they're going to cut some more costs. It's going to happen.
Well, if you're talking about as a company, but that's cameras like those. I don't give a shit about those guys. Like, I mean, not to sound heartless, but the PlayStation division, like I don't buy anything on Sony.
PlayStation is making them the real money.
The PlayStation, that division is on point. Everybody else, the camera divisions or that whoever makes the lenses, they're really hurting. The TVs are hurting, but my TV's a Samsung, so I mean, to
Samsung
me,
all the way.
It's just to me like it's like in 2014
LG
when Sony shut LG's another good one. I think my next TV might be it's always gonna be between them two, Samsung and LG. But like in 2014 when PlayStation shut down their PC division, they just closed that whole division down. 2014, everybody for whatever reason tried to relate that to PlayStation. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. That's PC division. That has nothing to do with PlayStation. They're like, no, money, turn on the lights. You're not going to get exclusives. You're only stuck with indies and multiplats. All this bullshit, PS4. And look what ended up happening. The best exclusives were coming out of PlayStation 4. Like, one has nothing to do with the other. That's why they have their own divisions and their own pipelines. So that way one division doesn't impact the other. Sure, it impacts the company as a whole. But
it doesn't impact the other division. That's right. You're right about that. Because I try to tell people that about the Legend of Zelda movie. I'm like, that's Sony Pictures. That has nothing to do with PlayStation.
Yeah, that's true.
Not the same.
That has nothing to do with Sony. That is Sony Picture Studios. If let's say that movie bombs, that has nothing to do with PlayStation. That's like, hey, that's your division. You figured that out.
Oh, that movie's not going to bomb. But onto the top, still on topic though. Still on topic though.
It depends on who they get. If they cast this dude, what's his name? Spider-Man.
They're not casting Tom Holland. Just
if they cast Tom Holland, I feel sorry for you, bro. I'd be like, you know what? It's gonna stay right there. Hey, shout out to old school. Well, go ahead, keep going.
Oh, it's a super chat. You go ahead.
Yeah. But he says true old school gamer. P-Rock. Don't forget to mention PSVR 2 has dominated the VR AR category. Oh yeah. Christmas is gonna be good for me this year because the PSVR 2.
I mean, who else is even doing VR? Like, who else is doing VR?
Ooh, Meta.
Bro, are you serious?
Meta. In fact, Meta has the number one. Meta has the number one. No, Oculus.
Now.
I heard of Oculus before, but I mean, VR is not really as mainstream and hot as people try to make it out.
It doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying?
So
it doesn't really matter.
Like,
we all know that.
Outside of Oculus and PlayStation, I didn't know.
So. In fact, I think more Meta Quest headsets got sold than Xbox.
Facts. That's not even a lie.
That's not. I think it outsold Xbox consoles.
I don't know. I just think the support on the VR side looking really spooky from Sony right now.
So let's see. The PSVR 2 nominees, from what I was told, is all PS5 exclusives. Damn, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Call of the Mountain.
Listen, let me see. Let me put it up on the list.
What else would it be? Like, I mean, y'all get like an ass of VR games to come. Like, what else would it be though?
Right here. So you got Gran Turismo 7. I don't really care about racers. Humanity, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Resident Evil Village VR mode, and Synapse. And that was recent. I heard Synapse is really good.
Synapse is great. All the Mountain is whatever. I don't know. That shit was not fun.
It wasn't?
Nah.
You didn't like it?
I mean, you know what, Puerto Rock? It'll be fun to you because it's your first time playing VR.
No, it's not. I got a PSVR one.
Well, listen. I love
PSVR one. Granted, it was a pain in the ass because it's like doing open heart surgery connecting all this shit, right?
Yeah.
And then fucking you had to play with the dildos, but fucking
I
love
own
the
two
PSVR
PSVRs.
The PSVR
because
one
the first
was
one didn't
awesome.
own HDR. It didn't have HDR pass through, so I bought the new version that supported HDR, so I didn't have to unplug it every time I wanted to play a game. You feel me?
Which one? What do you mean? The PSVR 2? What do you mean?
Yeah, no, the first PSVR.
Oh, the first PSVR.
It didn't support HDR pass through. Then they released the break box. The new version of it did. So then I bought that.
You got that? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just want to say this for everybody in the chat. Y'all do know this information is public knowledge, and y'all can go look it up very easily.
What information?
Just look up Sony. Just put in your search bar. Put in Sony Q2 results. You will get all the results for Sony financials. Put in your space bar Nintendo Q2 results. You will get all their financial information. So y'all can stop sounding like dumbasses in this chat. Like, if you don't know the information, just don't talk about it. It's easily defined. It just came out like a week and a half ago. Just go look it up. You can read everything you want. It's like, it's ridiculous that some of the stuff y'all believe is just
Oh, Baron, I'm gonna let you know. There's four quarters for a reason. Huh?
I'm gonna say this.
Okay, I'm just saying.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna just post the comparison between Xbox and PlayStation.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
Listen. Oh wait, hold on. You just said look for the information. Well, there it is. Now it's a problem. Now it's a problem. Now that we got the info, now you don't like it. It's right there for you to see. It's right there.
You was a dirty motherfucker, boy. You was a dirty motherfucker, boy.
It's like, hey, Barry, you just told me get the information. It's on the internet. There it is. I got it.
Is sneaky as hell, man.
There you go.
Man. You got to fact check.
There you go.
Sneaky, man.
I did what you just said. Get the facts.
Okay.
It just came out.
I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna let you have that one. Yeah, you pulled up Microsoft. I'm gonna let you have that one. I can't say anything.
Yo, Baron looking at the numbers like, God damn, this brand sucks. Like, fuck, 9% revenue. What the fuck? You're like on every device in the entire world. Somebody, please buy some goddamn games on Xbox. Anyway, all right. So with this, I'm gonna end the show with this is a live footage. All right, I'm gonna have to mute Baron because he's gonna interrupt. But ladies and gentlemen, I present to you what you see on the screen is live footage of the Baron, the Emperor, witnessing the Game Awards shows in his reaction when Starfield failed to get a nomination. You're about to witness it right now.
Okay, finally, on behalf of the jury, I am proud to announce the 6 nominees selected for outstanding creative and technical excellence. The nominees for Game of the Year at the Game Awards are Alan Wake 2, developed by Remedy Entertainment, Baldur's Gate 3 from Larian Studios, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 from Insomniac Games, Resident Evil 4 from Capcom, Super Mario Bros. Wonder from Nintendo, and The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom from Nintendo. And there you have it. Those are your nominees for the Game Awards. A highly competitive year for sure, but who will come out on top? Well, you can help select the winners by voting now at thegameawards.com and on our Discord. Okay, finally, on behalf
Yo, Baron. Yo, what is wrong with you, Baron? Like, take a chill pill, bro. Damn, bro.
Where did that video come from? Where did that video come from, though?
I think it's Supernova. I think he did it. I think he. That
like,
shit is funny.
Bro.
That shit is funny. That dude is like, whoa. Let me read the final super chats before we go. We got Shattered Glass. He's like, listening to Emperor make excuses is just so sad. I'm telling you, man, he needs to leave that floozy alone. Don't be messing with them street chicks. Nothing good's gonna come out in that. All right. And SNK Ever 411 says Sega plus NEC has taken risk in the past and failed. Absolutely. I mean, it is what it is, man. And Sega took a lot of risk, and that shit, most of it did not pan out. But anyway, man, hey, we're gonna do a quick outro. Obviously, on behalf of Craig, The Brain, J-Dub, thank you for coming through. I don't know where E4 Extreme. I hope everything is all right and all cool. Maybe he was busy. You know how it is down under. But if he was here, he would have laid the smackdown on the Emperor. Oh my God!
Did they have like
with the start field cap?
Did they have like a volcanic eruption or some shit like that?
Did they in Australia? Oh,
was it Australia or was that New Zealand? It was some country. It was like 4 countries had a volcanic activity or something like that.
I don't say. Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, Blaze, man, let them know when we're gonna get you inside. When are we gonna get Rev live?
Listen, we'll be back. We'll be back with Rev Saturday, so maybe we can finally make this bridge work. And that goes for you too, Baron. And Baron's been getting the SmackDown laden on him. You can go back to Solid Rev's channel, go to the first 4 Solid casts. He's been.
I don't know, man.
No, you know what's so funny? You know what's so funny? I was really about to make Rev fold on the Nintendo Switch. I was so close. I was so close, man. And he just stopped doing the podcast. I was like, damn, I almost got him.
You know what's crazy about Rev? He doesn't like his last video, right? Got like 40,000 views, 80,000 views, whatever. And before that, he hasn't posted in 4 months. I'm like, how the fuck?
Yeah, bro. This
dude posts a video once every 6 months and everybody watching it. I'm like, this dude has that magic, bro. Like, yo, it's crazy.
Some people got the if factor, bro.
If I go 2 weeks without doing anything, oh my God, bro, that shit is crazy. This dude goes on a sabbatical, posts one video, that dude gets like 50,000 views. I'm like, how the fuck, bro? Like, yo, this
is P-Rock. I definitely want to get you on. But by the way, Baron, the Solid Cast is on my channel now. Been there for like 2 years now, 3 years almost.
Okay.
But the point is, if you're always welcome to come, Baron. And Port Arc, you already know. I just seen y'all in here, and I'm like, oh, let's go. Let's have a good conversation, really, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. But I appreciate the airtime. You already know. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody. J-Dub, the Messiah, all y'all. Appreciate you.
All right. And of course, Emperor.
Yeah, shout out to the chat. It's wonderful seeing everybody being upset at Nintendo. It feeds me. It gives me life.
Ain't nobody upset at Nintendo. They make
in the chat, they making all types of jokes. I love it.
They upset that you capping for Xbox. Listen,
look, I'm not capping. I only speak the gospel. That's all I do. I speak the hill truth. That's it.
True Virgil. Baron leaves his wife for a lot lizard. Leave the goddamn floozy alone. That's all we're saying.
A lot lizard is crazy.
Listen,
his chat's ruthless. Shout out to the chat.
All I gotta do is say, I'm gonna just say this. Chat, this y'all homework for me when I come back next week. Just give me 6 games that you're gonna play exclusive on PS5 in 2024. That's all you gotta do.
I got one better. I got one
That's
better.
all you gotta do.
I got one better. I'm gonna make a video. That's gonna be my end of the year video. I'm gonna make a whole ass video.
Well, I hope a state of play come out before
Listen. It's that the problem is, Baron, because since you chose Xbox, you lost your touch in gaming. You're in this void where you need Game Pass to tell you what games come out. Man, you lost the step, bro. You fucking around with that floozy and you downgraded, bro. You gotta come back. We need the quality. You know what I'm saying? But don't worry, my video is gonna set you straight at the end of the year. My video is gonna make you be like, now that's where the bad bitches are at. That's it.
Make me buy a PS5. I've been waiting on that moment.
Man, you a fanboy. Man, listen, you're just mad that you.
I got a Series X. I'm a fanboy.
Listen, you just mad that Sony made you pretend you like the Wii. Playing with that fucking dildo.
Oh, wow.
That console
no,
was an
the only company that made a dildo was PlayStation. They made a literal dildo for a PlayStation. For a PlayStation move. No, bro,
shit.
don't do that.
Can you? If people thought.
You know the tracking was better on those dildos than the Wii.
Bro,
damn.
Sony literally made a dildo for motion controls. I don't want to hear it, dog.
Look at this shit.
I want to hear it. You can't tell me nothing.
This shit actually happened in real life.
And the dildo grew up. It glowed up too. Like, come on, it couldn't get no more ugly than that.
These motherfuckers sold a TV remote. Oh my God, bro! They got away. They got away with this.
Sony was selling y'all the Magic Stick, and y'all ate that shit up. That was the most craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, that was crazy.
This shit is crazy.
Bro, the Nova remotes had better tracking than the Wii.
Look at this shit. This shit sold like 40 million, bro. This Jane Fonda bullshit. Look at this. We Fit. Oh my God.
The Wii sold 100 million, bro. Wii Fit was that fire, bro. You can't say anything.
Oh my God,
you can't say no. Wii Fit was that fire.
People.
Wii Sports and Wii Fit was that fire. I don't care what y'all.
We're not doing this.
Wii Sports was great.
Hey, listen. Hit the like button. We done. These guys out here playing geriatric games. We done. We out of here. Your boy, your only friend, these YouTube streets, Porter Rock 77. We're out of here. I hope you enjoyed the show. Peace.